Laura Reyes. Currently, I'm the recycling projects operator at Textile House. I've been developing the optical sorting for recycling in the company for the last 6 months that we have carried out this project.
Hi everyone, and I'm Helio. I'm head of the sorting center of Textile House, and I also part of the management board of the Circular Textiles Association in Slovakia called Zoprot. A lot of our decisions and strategies are based on our keen focus to have sustainable management on every step, to provide traceability and transparency to all the stakeholders in the market. For that sake, and you're going to hear throughout the presentation, we have become one of the most strong or active partners of the Refashion, which is the Extended Producer Responsibility, PRO, in France. We're going to start with all the steps coming from the waste prevention, going through the sorting processes, traceability, whichever step, and also leading up to the recycling initiatives that we have, and down to the preparation for solid recovery fuel, for what can't be recovered.
Textile House started in 1996, initially as a wholesaler. We opened our first shop in 2004 in Bratislava. We are centralized in Slovakia, where we have our sorting and our headquarters. Currently, we are across 11 European countries where we have more than 175 shops. In our sorting center, we are able to sort over 130 tons per shift. What it means that in our daily capacity, we are able to sort over 260 tons. There is a need to start to see of the future of the recycling and upcycling. And today, through the presentation, we are also going to take you to what we are doing and what are the products we are been developing through time to affront these necessities. I would like to know who washed the clothes before wearing it when it's second-hand clothes. Raise your hands, please. Don't be shy. Come on. I don't see those hands. Perfect. Now, I would like to know how many of you wash your clothes before wearing it when they are new. Okay. I want to know what happened with the rest that didn't raise their hands. We don't wash their clothes, never?
Never.
Apparently not, but this was good to say that it's recommended that we wash our clothes before wearing it when they are new. And it's not just because of the transportation and all the process it have been through. It's not just because many people use them before we actually buy them, but it's also because they contain chemicals on it that they are harmful for us. It's very recommended for those who didn't raise your hands to wash your clothes, your new clothes, before you wearing it. In Textile House, currently, we are certified and trained for wet washing and drying. Just to give you an overview, we need 1.8 liters of water to wash a single shirt. Meanwhile, for do a cotton t-shirt brand new, you will need up to 2,700 liters of water. It's a huge difference. We count with 4 laundry machines in Textile House. We are washing 1.2 tons daily, and to wash everything we sort in a single shift, we will need 283 laundry machines. That means 6,000 square meters. Just to give you an overview for those who are not very good with space, those ones, is 15 times the conference room we are all together right now. So it's a huge amount of space for just laundry machines and just to wash everything we receive. Ideally, these 2.2 tons we are able to wash right now are with the aim of reusing, because that's our goal, to reuse as much as possible. Through training in Textile House, we are capable of have a really good sorters, we will call. We say that to train a good sorter, it takes up to between 6 to 9 months. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of time to have a sorter that can actually sort, taking in consideration quality and all the other specifications we have. Also, through different trainings and education, we show them what are the fashion trends, and we also show them what are the market trends. Additionally to this, we also emphasize in recognizing the material by touch, and this is very important because for those, I know there are many retailers here, you know that it's not the same to sell a polyester or a synthetic sweater in your shops than to sell cashmere, for example. There is no technology that can be efficient to sort for reuse. Right now, human sorting for reuse is still the best option. Also, because of efficiency and all that it's carried out on it. However, as you could see in the video, through innovation and technology, we try to optimize the handling processes and to fill the scope we need and the norms we have set for sorting center.
And also along with that, and especially to promote and achieve the traceability goals we have, so we are investing in a lot of new technologies within the sorting scope. One of them is that we have a system with radio frequency identification tags in our goods. So everything which is produced, either a transitory product or a finished product, gets a radio frequency ID tag, which is basically a passive GPS. That we do to ensure that there is accuracy on inventory, on shipment, and different other processes. And that also allows us to build a very robust data set. So we work a lot, of course, with SQL database. So we have a lot of information all the time, and we are keen to show that to our partners so they can be reliant on what is possible and how the work we do take place. And as Laura said, we also, for the last 3 years or so, actively engaged on the optical sorting through the near-infrared technology, mostly. The work we do with Refashion, with the PRO of the extended producer responsibility for textiles. A lot of this that we do also align with the strategies that we must comply with, and we are also happy to provide with to the brands, suppliers, and stakeholders involved in that. So a brief introduction to the APR for those who are not familiar with. It's basically a system aiming to attribute the responsibility of the recycling, the collection, the processing, to those that have produced them, to put them in the market. And for such goal, as a sorting operator, we have aligned quite closely with Refashion in France so that we could provide our own input and efforts on research and development. So we could aim for, at least attempt, to bring to industrial scale the sort to reuse. So aiming for scalability. It's also a very important step to our initiative with the optical sorting. As we know, it has been quite new, all of this. We're still learning how to handle post-consumer textiles, secondhand clothes, as a material for circularity. So the cooperation with the PRO was very important for this. And lastly, also the support received from the PR operator allows us to indirectly support our suppliers by increasing the compensation that we pay for the goods, because we're not collectors, as stated, we are sorters and retailers, but we can afford to pay a higher price. It keeps up the work that most companies, institutions, especially in France, which are mostly charities, they can manage to improve and do better work or increase volumes. And lastly, just to say that most of it also allows us to invest more in traceability. A lot of those things we do require some level of support because you don't really have to do that. We all know in the business, but it's a necessary step in order to work closely with the EPR structures, what is aimed in EU. We have seen video frequency ID control gates, so we control live inventory, so we can show at any time what we have on stock, what we don't have on stock, what has shipped out, and also the loading process automatically. So it provides solid tracing of the goods dispatched. And then also to show you that we, by own initiative, we have done our humble version of what would be a digital passport for secondhand clothing. So this is a little initiative we have had just to ensure that there's traceability up to the end of the end customer. So we can provide access to our server so the clients can scan the labels, the radio frequency ID tags in our bags, and they can get the full information of when it was produced, by which sorter, quality controller, seal number of the truck, all those details that ensure traceability along the way. A little video of our shops.
Through the time, we have been working to update this image that people usually has of secondhand shops of being dirty or smelly. Right now, you are seeing one of our shops. We work with two kind of shops, the normal one and the vintage one. You are seeing some shops in Romania, in Vienna, Austria, which is the vintage one, Czech Republic, Croatia, and Slovakia. We are very happy to share that our shops are appreciated by 8 million customers every year. Also, we have organized and developed the shops in order to supply the necessities of the customer. As you can see, they are very well organized, and you can easily go, no, I want a black t-shirt, long, short sleeve, sleeveless, and you will find it very easy. This is a map of where we are present right now. Slovakia hosts the majority of our shops. It's our home country. It's followed by Czech Republic and Romania.
Basically, majority of the reuse, which fits to what we call upper quality, European quality or American quality, we sell ourselves in our own chain retail stores. So that equals about 30 to 40%. That includes our shops and some other partners we have. The other part of the reuse, about 25 to 35%, it's about the Africa quality, tropical mix, as we know. But as you can see, we have a bit lower percentage than average because we sell most of it ourselves in the stores. And about 15 to 25% is commercialized in Central America or Asia.
So after all the information we have given to you until now, we have come through our retail and our sorting. And I would like to wrap up a little bit of the information we received. A lot of numbers, a lot of things. So we are present in 11 European countries, more than 175 shops, normal shops and also vintage shops with different concepts. As Helio just said, our reuse rate is high, and some of it goes to our own retail. The impact is very good. Actually, we are reducing the demand of the use of new clothes or the manufacturing of new clothes. We are lowering the carbon emissions, the water use, and the environmental footprint. Also, as many of you, I know we are retailers, we are transporters here, we are also some sortings, brokers. In some of these jobs, you don't need experience at all. In these jobs, you don't need to have a background, because to sort, it just requires a training. Also, the ones that work as collectors will know the driving part and all of this. So we are actually reaching a social part too. So through the years or through centuries, manual sorting has been the option for recycling, for the recycling of the textiles. What has happened with that? There are some things that can be done. As a very good example, the wiping racks made of cotton rich that has been always sorted manually and it's been working very well. I know also in this area, in the Americas, it's a business itself for the mostly automotive industry, but also we start to see that we needed something else. Why? There is many challenges, and one of those is an example. Many of us live in countries that we need winter jackets. Sadly, these kind of clothes that are double layer or that are quilted are very difficult to recycle without prior pre-processing. And those who has started to be in the recycling area will know that the pre-processing requires a lot of time and a lot of investment. Now we will see a video where you will see first the manual sorting of one of our first products, the wiping racks, white and color. Secondly, you will see how we are expanding with our second product, that is the down feathers pillows, which are 100% recycled. I just mentioned, we are pre-processing for recycling. That means that these products are actually a reality because we are doing partnerships with them. We have partners across Europe, first to the cotton wipers, and second to the recycling down feathers. Many of you may be thinking, recycling down feathers, really, in our beds? Not very good, right? I'm happy to share with you that we have a partner in Netherlands which buy the feathers and the down for us. They are in charge of the hygiene and they do all the sanitized process for it. When you take the pillows, we are rotating them, you will see all the certifications it has, and you will see that actually it's a very good option. So this will lead to the second part of the sorting for recycling, the fiber sorting. As I was telling you before, we started to have the need for advanced sorting technology that enables circularity. Optical sorting, more or less, is a camera that through the spectral near-infrared can classify by wavelengths of the material or the composition. I will give you a brief explanation what is it. When you read the label of your clothes and you see that it says cotton 90%, that's the composition of the cloth. So the wavelengths, it's able to recognize it and to classify it. Later, we have the visual RGB camera, which is able to sort by color. And of course, we have the artificial intelligence, which make all of these together possible and is able to identify the shape of it. What it means that if I need to sort right now, for example, cotton 90% black shirt, the technology will be able to do it. Through our experience, and we start, of course, with manual sorting, we have found that there is a major challenge besides the lying to us, the companies, is the absence of label. Up to the 60% of the garments that indeed end for recycling don't have a label. That is because of two reasons. Many of us got the label before wearing a garment because it's annoying. Second, because the piece could be wear a lot of times, wash a lot of times, which is very good, but the information is gone at the end. So now you will see a video of how our optical sorting is working. Optical sorting has many benefits or have had many benefits for us. First, the technology is able to sort 1 piece per second. We are being able to sort up to 163 tons in 1 month. This is for March. Over 3 million pieces have been sorted since the start of the project 6 months ago. We operate 16 hours daily and we are producing 9 tons daily. Alongside how this has also has a good impact in our sorting, our productivity has increased 4%. But many of you might be asking, what are we sorting? This is the data from March. Each material has a color because of the market. Blue goes for polyester, synthetic. Brown goes for wool, natural fiber. Later we have cotton, that is yellow. We pass to polyamide, another synthetic, which is orange. We will go red, that it's acrylic. And sadly, the biggest one you are looking at it is other materials, that is gray. You may be asking why we have different shades of it, no? As I was explaining to you before, we are sorting in some of the materials by high and low purity, which means exactly cotton 90 to 100% or below 89%. Same happened with wool and same is happening with polyester. Sadly, why this gray color is taking advantage among all the other products? At this point, they are products because they are fibers. The reason is because when you see the label of your clothes, even though cannot be accurate, they contain more than 3 materials, which it makes very difficult the recycling of it. It becomes mostly waste. So this is also an invitation for you to start to read the labels. Of course, reuse as much as you can that piece, but think that at some point it cannot be wearable anymore and need to be recycled. And this is a challenge that in Textile House we are having right now. So Helio introduced Refashion, PRO in France. Over a year, we have been taking part in 31 material challenges with them, which has been very enriched process for us. We start with the manual sorting, and we have faced so many challenges, which has prepared us for this moment of the optical sorting. Many of you may be asking, what are the demanding or the most demand material into it? It was polyester, a synthetic, and it was very surprising for us. This started before we get the optical sorting, so we start to have a hint of it. Sadly, I have divided both materials into natural and in synthetic fibers, and you may be asking why I say always polyester. We were hoping before that polyester was going to be the synthetic fiber that it will have the most of the dynamic while in the market, and sadly it's not. That's the reason cover mats is important for us. From the polyester 50 to 89, we are producing these cover mats with a partnership in Slovakia. We get the cover mats back to our facilities and they are sold in our shops in Slovakia, as well as our pillows. You will see all the synthetics there. It's not very easy, but also that's part of my job. Try to find the solution for it. Try to see why it's a problem. One of that is synthetics are cheap, so maybe a lot of mechanical producers, or this is done through mechanical recycling, will prefer to have new garments or what we call the post-industrial garments, which are what is unsold and it was used to make new clothes. On the other side, you are looking at the natural fibers. Surprisingly, they behave very well for us. We have our cashmere 100%, our wool 90 to 100%, also the wool low purity, the cotton, and the viscosa. What is for the cotton, what is for the wool, and what is for the cashmere? Many of you know that the market is down for many things, also for them, but we do our efforts. Through all these 6 months working with optical sorting, we have learned something, and is that we need to be engaged for it, right? Many of you have may visit Textile House before, and you know that I'm usually not wearing heels. I'm not dressed very nicely because I'm always in the operational floor looking how to improve our accuracy. And that's how we reach and we can progress in the project, because we need to take lead for it. We are not going to do much in an office right now. Maybe you are asking what happened with our waste. For those who have the numbers or are taking the numbers in consideration, I will tell you that, yeah, there is up to 3 to 5% of waste. It varies a lot because of the quality. It has increased the last year. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you very much.